Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of our StaTech Industry Modpack playthrough. Hope today's going swell and well for you so far. As for me, we've certainly made some pretty progress here. So, without further ado, let's dive into another episode. So yeah, we've actually made some progress in between episodes. Not too much as far as forward progress, just kind of lateral progress. So we do have animals in a pen now, and we've kind of built up a bit more within this world than what we typically do at this stage, I feel like, and got a bit more base stuff out of the way, because I feel like this mod pack is going to be a little bit slower once we get into the meat and potatoes of automation, which is fine. So I'm trying to set us up a good base, if that makes sense. That being said, I've also been trying to record Opolis Inc., but I've had that mod pack crash on me a couple times, so we're just gonna, do what we can while we can. Furthermore, we have a couple of like family complications, we'll say, going on at the moment, and so we're dealing with that. So you can probably expect videos to be out a little slower for the coming time. Whenever we pick back up, I'm not quite sure, but we'll eventually get back to a video a day at some point. That being said, enough of the introductoriness. Let's get into what we've actually done. So I've taken some of the crops that we've found just throughout our journey, and we started to lay them out here. You may notice my health bar down there has kind of one heart on the very bottom left there that is kind of orange instead of red. That is an extra heart. And essentially, we read about this in the intro bit, but in case you have forgotten, every time you eat, I think it's like 5 unique items, you get another heart. So yeah, we benefit greatly from growing these and then potentially cooking them, combining them, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to try and get that going sooner rather than later. That way, when we're going to explore, going to fight bosses, going to do whatever, we have a lot of health, right? Furthermore, I went ahead and knocked out the create stuff. I told you last episode, I'm not trying to... What is... Oh, it's my bird. I was like, what is this blue thing over here? Right, that bird has been tamed. Anyways, I'm really not trying to focus in on create, so we're going to go through what's going on here and, well, basically get you through the bare necessities. So if you're like me and you're not trying to... really dive into creating this mod pack, you can do it pretty simple. So back here we have one large water wheel, and this has been enough to power both machines that you need in order to get out of create, so that's pretty nice. We do have it sped up just for sake of convenience. You can do this by placing a large cogwheel into a small cogwheel. Then if you take an andesite casing, which I don't have any on me, but it looks about like this, right? And it'll tell you how to get it: strip log, andesite alloy. If you right click that on a cog, it will prevent it from moving the cog in front of it if there wasn't a cog there to begin with. So say this cog wasn't here. If I right click on this with that andesite casing, this doesn't have an output slot, which allows me to put this cogwheel here, not be turned by this, but be turned by this. And it kind of compacts how much room you need in order to speed up your machine. So you go large, small, large, small, large, small. All right, hold on, let's go take a nap. So as we explain this, we'll go through the quest book simultaneously. That way it kind of makes sense. Down here, we stopped at the mechanical press last time. I did go and find some iron, and we'll of course visit that setup today as well. So basically it just takes a block of iron, andesite casing, and a shaft. Shaft can be made with some andesite alloy. And this is the mechanical press. It does pretty much just as the name implies, and it presses metal into plates. We're going to need a lot of plates throughout this mod pack, and eventually we'll get better methods of making those. But for the time being, that's it right there. That's it. And you can throw down more than one. So say I wanted to do, we'll do 3 more at a time. Oops, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. And of course, those of you that know Create know you can put this on a conveyor belt, yada, yada, yada. But you really don't need all of that for this mod pack. Just having a simple setup like this will do you plenty fine. Now, when it comes to the basin, you will probably want a depot or something that you're outputting the items onto or into or whatever. And realistically, this being an andesite funnel would probably be better. I didn't even think about that. Let's see, andesite funnel just requires a piece of dried kelp. Let's go make that real quick just to be a little more efficient. So we'll need that, 2 pieces of this, and I'll need 1 more piece of andesite, which I believe is outside. All right, so what we'll do is we will make... Oop. Thought I took some iron nuggets with me, but that's fine. Never hurts to have a few extra. That, oh, and dried kelp, right. Oh, I took everything that I needed and just placed it at the bottom. I saw that. Okay. So andesite funnel, and then we can actually go take that depot out and put a chest, which will allow for better conversion. And then we'll go run the machine a couple of times, because why not? That and that. That's fine, yeah. All right, so for the basin, and it gives you the blaze burner. I was sitting here trying to figure out how to get the blaze burner, but if you see here, once you have the mechanical mixer and the basin, the reward is a blaze burner. So yeah. Anyways, once you have the blaze burner, place it underneath your basin, just as I have here. And I really need to go through and accept my quest rewards, but I've been trying to wait just in case there was like, you know, random rewards. I don't want to get something and be like, hey, I got this off camera. I do that sometimes, and sometimes I like to explore with you guys, so, and girls. Sorry, I try not to be excluding, you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. Try not to exclude people when it comes to who I'm speaking to, because you never know who you're speaking to, I guess, but certainly not on the internet. Any hoosers, if we place this down, place that down. Oh wait, does that automatically? Looks like it automatically output. Still need to be able to access the chest though. That's fine. It can be a little ugly. This is again first setup. So the way this works is right now the blaze burner is off. You can tell because it doesn't have any flames coming out of it. And you'll know what I mean by flames here in just a second. So if we throw all this in, then I take some piece of burnable, right? Anything that would typically go into a furnace to fuel it. Right click it on. Now you can see it's working and it has those flames. Have a little progress bar up at the top. And this should be going directly down into the chest. So that way it never stops working, because if this thing gets too full, regardless of if it has power down below and if this thing's spinning, it still won't create more because it's all filled up. So this whole little chest setup just allows us to throw in as much as we want and get it all back out. Cool. So that should take care of create, right? Mechanical press, mixer. Oh, and I was kind of smart about this. I like to think I was smart about it. We did a lot of exploring in the first episode. We got a lot of emeralds from all the villages we explored. So I made an emerald hammer, preemptive to this being able to be made, because obviously you need the press in order to make an iron plate. But I used the emerald hammer to help me go get the iron. So thought that was pretty nifty, and if you've managed to visit enough villages, the emerald hammer is really good. You can see it has 3,750 durability. I'm assuming it can break everything that diamond can. It says harvest level 3, and this is a harvest level 2 on the iron pickaxe, so it's basically a diamond hammer. Nice. And all that in episode 1, essentially, because I just explored. So there is huge benefits to exploring villages. I've expressed it in the first episode. I'm just reiterating, I guess. Anyways, let's put this down. I'm still using the inside crafting setup, but I realized that we're going to need more, so I have this sort of base setup until we can really get into Tom's storage, and then I'll set up like a official type system. Okay, so let's and somebody had mentioned you can click the bag to collect all your rewards. I do know this. I just rarely do it because then you have this happen where I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know what I got from what, and apparently I got another blaze burner, more water wheels and cog wheels. There's more stuff on the ground. It's just a little overwhelming to me. Now I did it there to show that obviously I know that it works. Oh, they give you. Oh well, it's just a mechanical plow. Why couldn't it be the harvester or the chainsaw thing? I wouldn't mind using those. It did give us an encased fan, but a lot of create stuff, I suppose. Monorail train track? Train station. That's pretty nice, actually, because in order to make train station, yeah, you need a train casing plus obsidian. Okay, yeah. So that's actually kind of a nice little ordeal. We can actually make trains pretty easily, pretty early. Item vaults are really nice. They just hold storage, and if I remember correctly, they work with Tom's simple storage. Drawer upgrades are rather nice. Golden lasso. Is this what I think it is? Oh, there's an XP obelisk. Obelisk. XP storage. Oh my goodness. Fantastic. I love any time a mod pack has some form of XP storage. It just makes me feel safer. All right. So yeah, some pretty good rewards there, I'd say, all in all. And now we're going to be moving on to the forge hammer, which we'll get a free iron hammer from as well. And then a couple more things. So the forge hammer takes 3 iron plates, 1 piece of bronze, and 3 iron ingots. I think we should have more than enough for that. Because again, as I mentioned in the first episode, in this mod pack, if you need 1, do 4 times the amount. Do 5 times the amount. It probably won't hurt you. Forge hammer. And voila. Is this a forge mod? That's cute. More like fabric hammer. The jokes just keep coming. So with the forge hammer crafted, you have completed your first chapter. The forge hammer is essential to progressing in modern industrialization. This is true, you'll be using this a lot. While also being used to craft essential materials, it also allows you a lot of alsos. It also allows you to duplicate your ores. Check REI for everything you can do with it. Note that some ores do not work in it and will require a macerator to properly crush. I enjoy being able to say macerator again. It was something that appeared in very early Minecraft in the buildcraft days. And then it kind of went away, you know? It became a crusher. It became a... no, it's always a crusher, right? It's crusher in mechanism and thermal, I think. Anyways, macerator's fun to say. With this crafted, you have completed the first chapter. In the next chapter, you will be moving towards making your own bronze machines. The real reason we came to play the mod pack. What was our random reward there? Thorn pendant. Has a chance to damage attackers. Okay. Well, that one sounds a bit better than the previous one we were wearing. So there we go. We'll throw that on. You can't really see it underneath all my other swag, but that's okay. We're starting to get a lot of static coins. Hopefully all this static energy doesn't come back to haunt me. Now the golden lasso, is this what I think it is? Also, what kind of monsters are over there? It says there's some like right in front of me. Are they like, oh, it's an illager. Yes, this is what I thought it was. And then you just, oh my goodness, there's no durability on this thing either. Now, the fact that I got this, what does it actually take to, oh goodness. Okay, so it's not cheap necessarily. Odds of Ender aren't the easiest things to come by. Blaze powder, most specifically. Can we close that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's really useful, and we should be able to move villagers with that, which is going to be obviously the largest benefit, because there's not easy villagers in this mod pack, which is a little disheartening. I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten a little used to it. It's kind of like cooking for blockheads with the sink. It's not like, sure, the auto trading and all that stuff is nice, but let's be real. The reason I like easy villagers is for the Just put them in your back pocket. Anyways, all right, so we did the forge hammer. That should unlock this, which also gives us chapter 2 rewards. Okay, golden hook. Right on. Now, all of these up to the top, these are going to be sort of extra bits and bobs that we don't really need to do. Same thing to the bottom. They're just kind of helpful. Same thing to the back. All this is helpful stuff, and this especially. But in order to move truly forward, we need to get to the bronze boiler, and that is going to be my objective today. Fire clay dust can be made by mixing 2 clay balls and 2 brick dust in a create mechanical mixer. Okay, cool. You can get brick dust by smashing bricks in the forge hammer, similar to bronze. Mixing these dust in a create mechanical mixer has a worse output ratio than when you unlock the bronze mixer. You're going to need 12 fire clay dust for your first boiler, but it may be wise to make some extra. Okay, so 2 and 2 gives us 2, and 2 and 2 gives us 4. Okay, cool. So this is the actual, and it doesn't require heating, so we don't have to burn any fuel for this. And I'm assuming, okay, that's probably the only way we can get it. Yes, this, that's going to cost a lot of durability. And I believe that's the only way we can get it right now. So obviously we don't have access to the macerator until we get the boiler. Okay, and then brick dust is probably going to be made in the same manner. What? How did it say? Brick dust by smashing bricks in the forge hammer. So I see the clay dust, but brick dust doesn't actually have a... Maybe, I mean, hell, maybe it works. Maybe it works. Let's just assume. Increases experience dropped by creatures. Right on. Goes in the glove slot. Is this the glove slot? Arg. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. So then we need clay. Clay, and lots of it. If we need 4 for every 1 and we need 12, then we need 48, right? We need 48 clay, if I'm mathing correctly. Luckily, I've not seen any dangerous entities in the water. Sometimes those do exist. Whenever you start adding in other mods, mob mods, I guess I should say. All right, not the most abundant amount of clay there. What did I say I needed though? 48. I guess that's exactly what I need, but let's get extra. Let's be good good Minecraft players, and let's go the extra mile here. Really wish I had vein miner. I'm not sure it even exists in this pack. I've gotta breathe. Oh, I'm drowning. Okay. Probably go ahead and get the rest of this one. Maybe one more, we'll see. Still got a lot of progress we need to make in this video here today. Oh, I'm gonna... oh, perfect. I knew I wasn't gonna drown. Maybe if I can just do these on my way down. Oh yeah, beautiful. All right, any that I missed? Don't believe so. Fantastic. Now we have to go turn some of these into clay dust and some of these into bricks. About half and half split. We have a lot of food being grown. Speaking of which, let's go eat some more. I've done tomatoes. I'm not sure if I've done potatoes. This smells mysteriously unfamiliar. There's a raw potato. Let's go throw one into furnace real quick. And we'll have a baked potato as well. Then for our clay, let's just throw 64 in there, give it some extra of that. Then we have a stack here and a stack there. And there's the forge hammer. Now if I was to do this, said we needed 12, so if I make 12 of those, then we've made double essentially what we needed. So potato. And let's go eat one more thing out of the garden. Have we done carrots? Have we eaten carrots? Nope. Mysteriously unfamiliar. Beautiful. Not quite sure how close we are to an extra heart, but it should be pretty close if I had to venture a guess at it. Alright, so real quick, I want to see if this does actually work. Bricks, this. Brick tiny does. No! Oh no, it's gonna take so many. One makes two? No! This is so bad. How much of this make it's 9. It's 9. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we did not get extra then. That's why it didn't show the recipe, because you can't do that. Okay. All right. You got me. So then if I do the exact amount, it would be 6. And if each one of these breaks into 2, we need 6 times 9 is 54. Divided by 2 is 27. So we need 27 bricks to make 6 brick dust. Okay. All right. We've done 7. That's 15. So we still have a little bit. That's basically what I was trying to figure out, is are we on the upswing or downswing? Well, while we wait on that, let's feed our cows real quick, because I want to try and make a backpack. We're going to have a lot of tools and equipment in this mod pack, and so having a place to store some of the ones that we may not need immediately, but may need in some varying degree at some point in the future, I think would be wise. Sometimes I feel like I speak in code. Yes, I know this. Sometimes it feels like I'm trying to decipher my own language. Are you the lone cow? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all right. Well, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Hey, you gave us 2 leather. Maybe you weren't the weakest link. Maybe you were a nice large weight carrying cow. Maybe you did you put in the effort and the time and the energy. I'm just rambling at this point, if y'all couldn't tell. I'm really just trying to establish where we're at, where we're going. Because we have a lot of stuff in our inventory that maybe we don't necessarily need, but then again, sometimes we do need it. You know, like the wood and the stone and the buckets. All right. On that note, let me grab, oh, is it over here? This. And there's a backpack we can make. Oop, I spell it properly. I think we want the frayed one, because the baby backpack can't upgrade, but the frayed one can be upgraded. So we should, oh, we need 8 pieces of leather. I'm sorry. We're not quite there yet. Try and ride the ride again later. All right, so that'll give us 26 bricks. That's 27 there. Boom, boom. Destroy my hammer. Wait, why are we at 46? That doesn't make any sense. My math was wrong somewhere along the way, and you know, I don't doubt it. So how many more do I need? I need 4 more bricks. I was off by 4. Such a 8? I was off by 8? It's a weird number to be off by. By the way, I think this building is pretty ugly. Okay, I'm going to put it out there. You don't have to say it. I'll say it. I think it's pretty ugly. But y'all know whenever I play a pack and it has new building resources, I try to use them. And I don't have the time to make it look perfect or whatever. So we just kind of throw things together at points. And I like things, some things, and other things I don't like so much. The interior of this house I really enjoy. The exterior, well, you know, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not a fan of the way the roof came together, but I really only got 3 stacks of terracotta, and I was like, well, I'm not going back. Anywho, just let's make this stuff now, shall we? All right. And again, this may be a little bit of a shorter episode just because we do have some family stuff going on that kind of requires attention. Definitely not kind of, it definitely requires attention, but the point is I don't have as long as what I typically do to it only made 6 because 2 and 2 only make 2. I don't know why I thought it increased. Fuck me. Sorry, language. Yeah, I know. All right, so that gives us 2. We need 4 more. 4 times 9 is 36. We need 36. Do I even have that much being smelted? I'm gonna have to throw some more clay in here, aren't I? For sure. Throw some in there and a little bit of that. Over here, what was this? 10? This is probably a better example than having to go. It's copper. Should be a better example than having to go all the way to the, what's it called? I bet some of you thought I was about to die there. We have slime boots. So yeah, this is kind of what one of the veins looks like. You just find an absolute ton of the materials just kind of spread throughout the rock. Take out our emerald hammer here. Yeah. And it goes for some ways. So, typically when you find a vein of ores, you're good for a little bit of time. I just got to get back out of this hole. But that's fine. Our cobblestone generator has been running constantly, so we're definitely not hurting as far as useful throwaway blocks. Furthermore, I did have an idea as far as the void dimension, where it says, you know, you can go and build a basin here. My idea is that maybe we use that dimension for our mob farm, because otherwise you gotta mob proof everything, or you gotta, you know, finagle it in some way, shape, form, or manner. But if you just go into the, hold on, if you just go into the so that's 4. I need 18 more. Go into the void dimension, you don't have to worry about that, right? So that may be the move for us in the future. All right, this should be, boom, bam, should be everything we need. And 6, beautiful. Glowberry custard, glowing. Might as well enjoy it. Oh, and it left me a glass bottle, and we are indeed glowing. Wonderful. Probably would have been better to drink it at night, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm starting to run out of inside storage space here. Mostly I just keep throwing things into the interesting large chest because I think everything is interesting, apparently. All right. So let's move on. Fire clay bricks. Smelt up your newly created fire clay dust and then compact them in a basin using a mechanical press to get fire clay bricks. So 4 of them, and you can smelt them. Okay. So let's do... I guess that one's kind of finishing up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And this one may need a little bit extra fuel. That's okay. Are there better furnaces in this mod? There should be, right? Because the industrial or modern industrialization, yeah, has the electric one. The steam blast, right? Okay, all right. We just kind of got to get there. There's also a bronze furnace. All right. No problem then. We'll eventually get there. So we need 3 of these for the bronze boiler. Ah, I see. Then we need bronze tank, bronze plate. A ton of bronze is what I'm seeing there. That's fun. That one's done. All right, and then it said what? Throw it in the basin. Nope, that wasn't right. Oh. Yes. That. There we go. And that should be it, just these 2. Huh, huh. And there we go. Cool beans. The steam machines you will soon be crafting will require steam to function. To create steam, you will need to create the bronze boiler. It probably looks expensive to you right now, but don't forget that you can increase your ore processing through the forge hammer. As you gain access to machines, the recipes will become cheaper. The bronze boiler will slowly use fuel to heat itself up. When it's hot enough and has water, it will start to produce steam. Don't worry, the bronze boiler will not void your fuel. If the steam output is full, you can input water. The boiler will... You can... Oh, okay. Kind of needs a little separator there. If the steam output is full, it's not going to void your fuel, is what it's saying. You can input water into the boiler with a bucket or with pipes. So, bronze boiler. We need bronze plates, which we can make having 2 bronze ingots, or we can just use 1 in the pressing. And this is probably what we're going to do. So we need 4 of those. We need a bronze casing, which is going to be 8 more plates. So we need, so far, 12 plates total, and this is going to require 8 more. So we need 20 bronze plates. Let's go ahead and get those working, since that is kind of a time thing. So here's 20. And make sure you don't put that into your basin, because if you do, it will just combine it into a block. There's 20. And we'll just walk away from that now. All right. Some of this stuff out of my inventory. Cool. Okay. So we need all that. We'll need a bronze gear, which is 4 more bronze plates. Shucks. 3, 4. Might have to make some more bronze, in which case we might have to see if I can get this on there without picking everything up. Damn, I just overshot it, didn't I? No, it went on there. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, we'll need more bronze plates. We'll need bronze bolts, which we can make by doing this. And we'll need a little bronze ring. And for this, we'll just need glass. So let's go ahead and get the glass smelting, because I don't think... Yeah, we don't even have any sand. Let's go grab some sand real quick. Try and take it off the ocean floor here, or river floor, whatever the heck it is. That should be more than enough. And the bronze boiler is basically your first generator, your first power generator. And boy, does it open up a lot of possibilities. Oh, actually, let's go see if all these are done. They appear to be. All right, awesome, awesome. Let's get a piece of glass smelting. And then over here. Now, one thing you can do to save on your hammer durability is to combine ingots together, like what I have here. So then whenever you put it in, you can see now I'm getting 4 bronze bolts from this bronze double ingot, and it will use the same durability as if I was to throw in this and get 2. So you can save durability on your hammer, and I would recommend you to do so. Oops. We don't need as many rings. This is what this is going to produce, but we will in the future. So that's fine. It's getting dark out. All right, so let's go throw all these materials together now to hopefully give it ourselves the bronze boiler. Glass. There is the bronze tank, which should also complete a quest for us. Yep. There is the bronze gear, which probably won't complete a quest for us. Bronze machine casing. And last but not least, the bronze boiler. Ooh, we have power. Now, the bronze water pump will be very useful. You might be wondering if there's a way to automatically input water into the bronze boiler instead of by hand with buckets, and there is. Now, the pump will produce 1/8 of a bucket for every adjacent water source every 5 seconds for a max output of 1 bucket per 5 seconds. Place it like this. Oh, I didn't know this. You can place the bronze boiler directly on top of the pump, and it'll input directly into it. Nice. Okay, and what does this cost? This actually costs quite a bit. So I do have a theory. Yeah, okay, so this mechanical pump is going to be significantly cheaper than this bronze water pump. Like, significantly cheaper. So let's take a look here real quick. Let's break this down into copper. This car is what, 2 copper plates? I bet you we can get it automated this episode without too many complications. There we are. Really need that backpack. And yes, I'm using more create, but with how much time and how many resources this is saving us, if you don't use create here, well, maybe you're being stubborn. Maybe you're trying to be a true blue modern industrialist. Don't get me wrong, we'll get over to the boiler once those materials are more easily obtained. Not the boiler, but the pump. All right, so I need to create stuff then. I need these cog wheels. Take the water wheels. And now we can, boom, bam, mechanical pump. We do have some buckets. Place that down. I don't want this. What else? What else? I guess that's about it. Now we're going to place this out in the open because it's going to be a temporary spot until we build a better spot. And actually, I don't even think we need that much room. I think I can. Like that. Is the sink in this? Sink is not in this. Okay. I think I probably already checked that, but it doesn't hurt to recheck it, I suppose. All right, so we should be able to do that. Do that. That is infinite. Cool. Let's place that down. And then, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it right here. This should be enough to power this thing here. Oops. Awesome. It is indeed trying to pump. And there we go. So yeah, that's much easier. And obviously you can speed this up using typical create shenanery and whatnot. And we'll probably do that in the future. But this is infinite water for our steam. And if you throw in some coal, it will, once it gets hot enough, throw in another piece just to see when it takes, you know what I mean? There we are. Steam, baby. All right, so that's pretty much it. And yeah, I'm glad that they kept this recipe the same, because making a bronze water pump requires copper gears, 2 of those, by the way. 2 copper rotors, right? These aren't necessarily fun to make. And then you got to get the fluid pipes and another bronze tank, another bronze machine casing. So yeah, it is kind of complicated when you just compare that to a cog wheel, which is incredibly easy, and a fluid pipe, which is incredibly easy. So maybe we use create sometimes in this mod pack. If it's going to be that blaringly better in a sense, you know what I mean, that much cheaper for us to do it this way and to get infinite, then yeah, I think you would actually be a little silly to be like, I said I wasn't going to use create, I'm not going to use create. So there we go, we have infinite steam, which is in modern industrialization fantastic. Now all we really need is like a bronze furnace, and then I can just constantly input my trees into it. So from here, I think we go down into interacting with machines, which is going to give us a whole new set of things, which is basically going to lead us into the bronze macerator, which is how we're going to get more bang for our buck by duplicating our ores or potentially getting more ingots out of our ores. But as for us today, I think that's going to do it. And I think we're going to get into interacting with machines next time. More than likely, I'll actually go ahead and accept all this. And I will read this at the beginning of the next episode, because I will probably go through in between episodes, set some of these machines up, because oftentimes I like to explain as I'm learning, and I like to be like, this is this machine, see what it does. So we'll probably do that in between episodes as long as I have the time. But speaking of time, as I've mentioned, there are life things going on currently that do require my my immediate attention. So we're going to cut this video a little short today. I do apologize for this series being on the shorter side. Next time we come back, we will probably hack and slash a couple more cows to get that backpack going. We'll eat some more food to get our health a little bit higher, and we'll probably expand out on our base to start including some of this machinery. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed the episode. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below and comment in the comment section if you have any extra tips, tidbits, tadbits, or extra bits of information that may assist me or anyone else watching the series. Feel free to ask any questions down in the comments below. Y'all know I try to get back to everyone that I read and can remember to. Obviously, things go on and shit happens, and sometimes you just forget or don't even get a notification or whatever. So, thanks everybody. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more awesome content from yours truly. Share it out with friends, family, strangers down the street, yada, 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 yada. In all seriousness, I do hope you all stay safe, stay awesome, and stay crafting. Until next time, you beautiful, beautiful people. Peace out.